right, we're here at Kearney Catholic with 2021 quarterback prospect Heinrich Haarberg. Now, Heinrich made a really good junior season, both personally and as a team. You know, when you look back to last season, I guess what are a couple things that you're most proud that you guys were able to accomplish, and maybe something that you were able to accomplish personally?
I mean, team goals. I mean, offensive line stepped up. Defense came through huge in some of those games. Being able to stop some of those power teams and get us the offense back on the field, I mean, that was huge for us. I mean, our wide receivers, you know, they had a tremendous year route running. For me, just being able to, you know, hit all the passes that were open, not make too many dumb mistakes. I think that was one of the goals going into this season I was looking for.
Okay, and you know, as a quarterback right now, you're a really athletic kid. You got great size, 6'5" or so, and about 190 pounds. What would you say your strength is right now as a quarterback?
Just being able to stretch the field. I mean, I can hit underneath, I can hit over the top with the passes. If you go deep coverage-wise, I'll just scramble for another 12 yards, get the first down.
So, I mean, you feel very confident with your arm and your legs then?
Mm-hmm, for sure.
And now, what's something that you've been wanting to work on this off season, kind of as you get ready to prepare for your senior year?
I mean, just timing with the wide receivers. Probably some routes that can stretch the field even more. Places that I know the defense can't cover if they want to stop the run game and the pass game. I mean, really just timing some of the routes.
Okay, and I know you've been putting some work in the weight room too, up to 190. You got a great frame. Do you kind of have a target weight that you'd like to be at before your senior season starts?
Before senior season, I want to be at 200. 205, 200 in there.
Okay. Now I know your recruiting is really started to pick up, and probably it's just starting really probably for you. So, give me a quick rundown of who you have offers from right now, and maybe some of the schools that are communicating with you but maybe haven't offered quite yet.
So right now I have offers from University of Northern Iowa, UMass, University of Massachusetts, Central Michigan. Those are my 3 Division I offers. I've been in contact with Utah, Oregon, Nebraska. I mean, a lot of interest right now all over the country. But those are just some of the ones that I've had contact with.
Okay. Now, the state of Nebraska is not necessarily known to produce D1 quarterbacks on a yearly basis, and so when you got a guy like yourself that's getting attention like that, I mean, what's that kind of? I mean, do you feel pretty blessed that you've gotten this type of early attention?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I knew coming in when I said I wanted to play, at a high level, at a college level. I knew being in the middle of Nebraska probably wasn't the prime position to be in to be a Division I quarterback, but the situation I've been in it's just a blessing.
Now, what's something that the coaches have told you, especially the schools that have offered? Have they kind of given you an indication of what they liked about your film that prompted them to offer early on? Yeah,
they said kind of what I had said with my goals and how the season had went was my ability to stretch the field. I can throw it deep, 65, 70 yards, or I can just scramble. And probably the 4 interceptions, 2 of those were only really the real ones. Being able to make smart decisions, they said a lot about that.
Okay. Now, one of those schools that has come by and shown you attention is Nebraska. I guess, have they given you an indication of where you might be at in the pecking order, or maybe what they're wanting to see from you before they offer?
Coach Frost just told me he needs to see me throw live at a camp. I didn't go to a Husker camp last year. Just didn't fit the schedule. Obviously, it's a priority this year to get down and have Coach Frost see me throw live.
Okay. So you plan on getting to a Nebraska camp? Any other camps that you're thinking about going to?
So I have school camps. We're still trying to figure out the schedule. I know I'd like to get to a couple schools that, growing up in Nashville, I mean, Ole Miss was always one of my favorites. Trying to get down to one of those. there's a couple schools that have been in contact with me that would like me to come to their camps. And right now that's just trying to get the schedule around. But I have Elite 11 in Atlanta this weekend. And rivals, I think it looks like Charlotte is the one that we're going to go to.
Okay. Now, any type of junior days or any unofficial visits on the docket coming up?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of invites everywhere, and my parents and I are trying to, put a schedule together that is, reasonable.
Yeah.
And so we have Northern Illinois and Northwestern, kind of the 2-1 in Chicago 2 weeks from now, and then Utah, going on a visit there in mid-March, I think.
Okay. Now, I know it's still kind of early in the process, but have you given any thought as to what it's going to be, or maybe some of the determining factors will be to help you make a decision eventually?
I mean, really just the coaches, the system. I've always said, if you don't like the coaches, you aren't gonna fit there. So that's one of the biggest things. Academics, I would like to study business, and so that's a pretty broad. A lot of schools have that and have a very good program in that. But I mean, really, family. I mean, my parents have told me, you go wherever you want.
Okay. Now I know you're a multi-sport athlete here at Kearney Catholic, gearing up for a good track season. Mm-hmm. Give me a quick rundown of what events you are planning to do, and maybe some goals as far as some numbers that you're looking to hit.
I'm probably going to focus on the 100, 200 high jump this year. I'll probably branch into the long jump, 400 probably a couple times, but 100 and 200, I'm looking to run a 10.8 low or high 10.7 in the 100 this year. Hoping to high jump, working to high jump 6.7, 6.8.
Okay, and just to kind of wrap it up, what as a team, what are you guys working on, or you have some goals in mind heading into next season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously last year, last chance to go win state championships, so that's number one. I mean, stats and everything. I mean, as much as some people look at them, I mean, we're looking to go win a state championship this year.
All right. Thank you very much, Heinrich.
Yes, sir.